It was just after midnight when a young man stopped at a lonely gas station in the middle of nowhere. The neon sign flickered, the parking lot was empty, and the silence felt wrong. As he walked inside to pay, the tired-looking cashier suddenly froze, eyes wide with fear. Leaning forward, he whispered, "Don't turn around. They're waiting by your car." The man's stomach dropped. He hadn't seen anyone when he pulled in, so who was outside now? And why were they hiding in the shadows? What happens next will make you think twice before stopping for gas at night. The desert highway stretched endlessly, and his fuel gauge was sinking toward empty. At nearly 1 a.m., the young traveler spotted the glow of a gas station sign in the distance, a lone oasis in the darkness. Pulling in, the place looked almost abandoned. Faded paint peeled from the walls, and only one buzzing fluorescent light flickered above the entrance. Inside, the store was silent except for the hum of a refrigerator. A young clerk stood behind the counter, barely older than him, eyes glued to his phone. The traveler grabbed a drink and chips, relieved to see another person. He joked, "Quiet night, huh?" but the clerk didn't laugh. When it came time to pay, the clerk's hand shook slightly as he rang up the items. Something about his nervous glances toward the windows unsettled the traveler. He brushed it off, thinking the kid was just tired of working graveyard shifts. But when he handed over the cash, the clerk leaned forward, voice barely above a whisper, "Don't turn around." The words froze him in place. He hadn't expected the night to turn dangerous, but those 4 words told him he wasn't alone outside. At first, he thought it was a joke. His lips parted to laugh, but the look in the clerk's eyes stopped him cold. Wide, terrified, darting toward the glass door, then back at him. "I mean it," the clerk whispered. "Don't turn around." The traveler's skin prickled with goosebumps. Every instinct screamed at him to glance over his shoulder, but something stronger told him not to. His heart pounded as silence filled the room, broken only by the flickering hum of the light above the door. The clerk nodded subtly toward a convex mirror mounted above the corner of the store. With hesitant eyes, the traveler looked up. In the reflection, just beyond the gas pumps, 2 figures crouched low behind his car. He couldn't see faces, only shadows, silhouettes hunched, waiting, watching. His breath caught in his throat. The clerk slid his hand across the counter and quietly locked the door with a click. His voice trembled, "They've been out there for 10 minutes. I think they're waiting for you." The traveler's palms sweated as he clutched his bag of snacks. The thought of walking back to his car, where unseen figures were hiding, made his stomach twist. He asked, barely audible, "What do I do?" The clerk's response was just as quiet, but firm, "When I say go, run. Don't look back. And whatever you do, don't stop." The tension was unbearable. Each second stretched endlessly as the traveler stared at the locked glass door. Outside, nothing moved. No footsteps. No voices. Just the faint hiss of the neon sign buzzing against the night sky. The clerk handed him his keys under the counter, as though they were contraband. His hand was trembling. "You've got one chance," he muttered. "I'll distract them. You run." The traveler's mind raced. Why him? Why his car? The image of those shadowy figures crouched by the fuel pumps wouldn't leave his mind. He could almost feel their eyes on him, their patience, their hunger. The clerk slowly moved to the door, sliding the lock without a sound. He cracked it open just a few inches, then looked back with urgency. "Go." The traveler's legs tensed, adrenaline flooding his veins. He didn't want to look. Didn't want to know how close they were. But he knew he couldn't hesitate. Clutching his keys, he prepared to sprint into the unknown, every nerve screaming at him that something was waiting in the dark. The door swung open, and the traveler bolted. His feet pounded against the concrete as he sprinted toward his car. He could hear them now, sudden movement, the scuff of shoes against pavement, fast and heavy. He hit the driver's side door, fumbling with the keys, hands slippery with sweat. He yanked it open and dove inside, slamming the lock. At the same moment, a palm smacked against the quarter panel with a loud thud, rattling the entire car. His heart almost stopped. He jammed the key into the ignition, engine coughing to life. Shadows darted past his windows, blurry shapes just out of sight. One figure tried the passenger handle, yanking it violently. The engine roared, and he threw the car into gear. Tires screeched as he sped out of the lot, headlights catching a fleeting glimpse of two hooded figures disappearing back into the shadows. For a split second, he thought they were going to follow him. But when he glanced in the mirror, the gas station shrank into the distance, empty once again. He didn't breathe until miles of desert lay between him and that cursed station. Evil doesn't always come with a warning. Sometimes it waits in silence, hiding in the shadows, hoping you won't notice until it's too late. The young traveler survived because someone paid attention, someone who cared enough to warn him. This story is a reminder that danger can appear in the most ordinary places, even under the glow of a gas station light. And sometimes, the people who look powerless, like a tired young clerk, are the ones who give you the chance to escape.